All right, we are here with Tom Harbin, I assume,
Correct.
of Tom Harbin Reptiles. He's going to show us what he's been working with lately. Where do you want to start, Tom?
Well, I'll tell you what, let's start with maybe these hognose down here.
Okay.
I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago I started getting a few hognose, and let's get a couple of things out here. These are some western hognose. Now, these have been around for a couple of years, the sunburst, and this is a sable albino, which is a double recessive snake. So I was able to take this and add the anaconda to it, which is going to be this snake here. In fact, I was the first one to hatch the anaconda sunburst. Reduced pattern, still got that nice vibrant orange. I think it's beautiful, even if it did come from my house.
These are absolutely gorgeous, and this camera doesn't do it justice. These are hot, hot, hot red. Absolutely fantastic snakes. You've done good work here, sir.
Thank you. So these are pretty cool. I also work with the Arctics, which are these. This is a Anaconda Super Arctic. These things are born just about jet black, but as they shed, they start getting lighter after every shed. This snake is eventually going to be a white and black snake with pink on both ends. Pink on the head and pink on the tail.
With pink, wow.
Yeah, with pink. Isn't that crazy?
That is insane.
Yeah.
And this is Arctic.
Super Arctic Conda.
Beautiful.
And then I hatched out this one too, which is sort of the holy grail of this. Super Arctic Super Conda.
Oh my God.
So he's going to end up being a pink snake with a little thin black line down his back.
That is amazing.
So he's going to go home with me. I've got him priced so high nobody will buy him. You know? That's what we think. Somebody might walk up.
You never know. That's a powerhouse right there.
And then I've got some neat ball pythons that I work with. This is one of my sort of landmark projects. And this is what's called the dreamsicle. Okay. But it's a pied lavender albino.
That is gorgeous.
It just pops, doesn't it?
That yellow orange is amazing. Wow.
And this snake will eventually get purple and mixed in with the orange, and that's why it's called the lavender albino. Okay. So this is a cool snake. One of the things that I've sort of gotten some, I don't know, attention for is this monarch project.
I was looking at these. So tell me about the monarch gene.
All right, the monarch gene, a friend of mine, Rance Meyer, bought a pair of pastels from a pet store. They had bought them from somebody else. They came from somebody else. Nobody knows. He bred them together, and out pops one of these. So we call it the monarch. It looks somewhat like a caramel or an ultra male, but these are much darker and much more contrast. So this thing is really doing some neat things. I've made the triple recessive with a clown and the genetic stripe. Isn't that a beautiful snake?
That is absolutely gorgeous, my friend. Like I said, the camera does not do these justice. These things glow in person.
So I love the monarch. We're going to have some this year that are monarch genetic stripes. We're going to have some
recessive? Is it
double recessive?
Okay.
Double recessive genetic stripe. And then I work with the gravel gene a lot, and I think this is a fun gene to work with. So this is super gravel. There's also a super asphalt, but I chose to work with this. You breed this to yellow belly or ivory, you get highways.
Very cool.
So this is another thing that I work with.
That's pretty. And he's about to go in the shed, right?
Yeah, he may be. He's starting to color up just a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Turning just a little bit opaque.
That is amazing. So what does the gravel gene do?
Well, the gravel gene makes the highway. If you breed it with a yellow belly, makes a highway. Okay. So that's what its claim to fame is. This is super gravel, so it's got 2 copies of gravel instead of the gravel and the yellow belly. Now, the fourth thing that I work with in the ball pythons are these clowns. So this is sort of the top end of what I've got this year. The leopard inchy clown, and he's starting to go into a shed too. But just a very reduced pattern. This sort of arrow-shaped marking in the head, which comes from the inchy. And this is going to be a nice snake here. That
is a really pretty snake. It's very, and like he said, it's in shed right now, so it's not as vibrant as it can be.
Not as vibrant,
right. The eyes are in blue, but that is really pretty.
Yeah, so we're looking for great things from a snake like this.
It's a leopard inchy clown.
Leopard inchy clown.
Beautiful.
And so I've got a lot of different variations of the clowns, and the dreamsicles, and I've got some down here that are going to be able to put the black pastel into the dreamsicle.
Okay.
And these two guys right here. So this is a black pastel pied.
Okay.
If I can get it out. But this guy is also 100% heterozygous for lavender albino.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to allow me to breed this male to one of my dreamsicle females and get the black pastel dreamsicle.
Oh wow, that's going to be amazing.
Makes the orange.
That's going to be insane.
Sort of like those sunbursts down there. It's really, really orange. So I've also got banana going into this year. I should have some banana dreamsicles.
Okay.
So there's just no end to it, right?
It really is. Ball pythons.
Yeah.
Thousands of genes, just all the possibilities. It's amazing.
So anyway, it's still a lot of fun. It's good therapy for me. I'm a veterinarian also. And so after I work 4 or 5 days a week, I get to come home, play with my ball pythons, come up with stuff like this, you know.
That's absolutely amazing. Well, you're doing great work here, sir.
Thank you.
The results speak for themselves. I mean, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Just look at that magnificent animal. Well, thanks for taking the time, my friend, and good luck with the show.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, so we're here with Michael from Dragon Reptile Cages. I probably butchered it. I'm sorry.
That's all good.
So tell me how you started in the hobby.
My mom, about 15, 16 years ago, started a tortoise refuge up in New Hampshire. Her name was Deborah Swakowitz, or Deborah Kimionakis. I didn't really do anything with reptiles until she started into that, and I thought it was pretty cool. Had no hands-on with it because I was in the military. And then she started breeding bearded dragons.
Okay.
And I went home one day on vacation, and she had these 2 gorgeous girls, and I fell in love with them. I told her that day that I was going to steal one and take it back to Florida with me. And that's when she was really starting to learn about it. But she was, that was her first year breeding. So I learned a lot from her, and from that it evolved many years after I got past that point. Then I started breeding dragons in her name after she passed 2 years ago. They're an awesome animal with a personality that's just, if you pay attention to them, you can understand their little personalities.
Yeah, they definitely are one of the most popular lizards for a reason.
So with that, I mean, I like other reptiles. I'm not a big snake person. Probably be killed for saying that in the reptile world, but tegus and bearded dragons are some of my favorite. But just the personality, especially on tegus.
Yeah.
Their personalities, you gotta work with them every day. Mm-hmm. But I love the personalities. I love the attention they like to receive and that they give. It's fun to see somebody's first reptile that they buy, regardless if it's from us or somebody else. That excitement, that joy. Teaching people is always a passion of mine. Making sure that they do the right thing. And that all really developed from my mom. The care sheets that she produced, when states would try and ban certain reptiles, she would actually go with other reptile people to fight the laws. And she overturned all the laws, or what they were trying to do, I should say. So all my passion really started from her.
That's beautiful, man. Wow. And she had a tortoise preserve.
She used to go to pet stores and demand reptiles, more tortoise and turtles that were in ill shape, and she would make managers give her the reptile.
That's amazing.
She was a force to be reckoned with.
I can only imagine. Wow.
Hurricane Deborah.
Hurricane Deborah. That's amazing. So how would that, past experience transition to what you do now, which seems to be building custom cages?
Right. So the cages are really, really important for any cold-blooded reptile. When you have something that requires heat, glass is an enemy to all cold-blooded reptiles. It does not keep the heat. All your heat's rising right through those screen meshes. With the PVC cages that we build, they are a little bit more expensive, but the material just outweighs every con that there is. When you're using a 30-watt bulb to heat up one of the cages versus 100 or 250 like some people are doing, it's huge. The reptiles are more healthy. You don't have to worry about respiratory infections. You don't have to worry about nighttime drops like you do with other cages. The PVC is better than melamine because melamine is porous and PVC is not. You don't have to worry about mold and mildew. So when you're selling a cage and you tell people you only need a 30 to a 45 watt bulb, they're flabbergasted because they're like, I have a 150 watt bulb. I'm like, you don't need it anymore. And they all, when they talk to us at the next show or they message us online, they're like, we can't believe how much more active our animals are. And it could be snakes, it could be dragons, tegus, whatever reptile it is. The animals really can tell the difference of the quality of the material.
Wow, that's amazing.
So it's nice to see when people care enough or are able to afford a little bit extra enclosure, and then they see that health quality increase big time.
Awesome. Definitely, enclosures make all the world of a difference when
It
keeping.
does.
Would you like to walk us through some of the features that you feel matter the most in building a cage?
Sure. Let me take you to this cage over here. So we have a customer who already bought this cage. This is a 47 by 18 by 18. They wanted it for a bearded dragon. You can see right here we have the ceramic light fixture installed. That's where you're going to get your heat bulb. And then we have the UV right here. The biggest advantage of that, again, is heat retention. You don't have any escape of air coming through here. So everything's retained a lot better. Your UV is right there. You don't have to worry about that UV fixture, having to take that off, take the heat fixture off to feed your animals. And the best part is, with these doors, they snap into place super easy. So you got your dragon or any kind of reptile in here. When it's time for cleaning, you take the doors off. You do all your cleaning, and then you reinstall the doors. That is amazing when you don't have to worry about any fixtures falling on you. You don't have to worry about a cat if you have your cat laying on top of the cage, knocking everything off, or trying to escape into the enclosure. You don't have to worry about your animals escaping out as well, because some bearded dragons do like to pop through the top. They can't do it with these. So safety and security is really good on these. A lightweight material. This cage is a 47 18 18. It weighs probably 50 pounds at most. If that was glass or melamine, you're talking 75 plus. So the weight reduction is another benefit to it. Heat retention is the biggest, I think. And if you look at it, it looks like furniture. So it doesn't look like a box. So it has style and it has a lot of good features to it.
It does. I can tell you put a lot of effort into making it look nice because it looks very architectural to it.
Each one of these cages, once we have all the pieces cut, takes about an hour to still put together. So we do a lot of insurance to make sure everything fits right and that the customers are getting a quality product.
Very cool. Well, thanks, Michael, for taking the time to go through everything with us. Where can we find you online?
If you don't mind, get on to Facebook or onto Instagram. Look up Dragon Reptile Cages and Racks. I'm Michael, and Ross Swikowitz is the owner. You can talk to either one of us online and ask us any questions you have about our products.
And we'll put information down in the information box so you guys can get a better, easier access to these guys.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, we are here with Nicky from Dixie Reptiles, and she's going to walk us through a few things that she's passionate about right now on this table. So what do you got for us, Nicky?
Well, what I started out in originally when I got into things was tarantulas. I got my first one when I was probably about 10 to 12 years old, and that got me started, and I've always been into invertebrates. So, for example, this guy right here, this is a bird eater, is a common name so people can relate. That will get about the size of the lid circumference-wise, so it's going to be very large.
So it's still very small.
Yeah, it started out very tiny. I raised it since it was probably a few millimeters. And then I've gotten into, over the years, into lizards. So I breed Leachiana geckos, the giant geckos.
Okay.
I really love those, and crested geckos. So this would be an adult male right here. And he did drop his tail last week. So that's what they look like. They call them little frog butts. When they do that, they do not regrow. So it will stay like that.
Very cool, and that's Eric Clapton.
Yes.
So I've noticed you have a lot of names on your gecko tins here, like Pink Floyd and
Yeah.
Blondie.
I tend to name mine after bands, songs, artists, kind of throwback.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, like it. And I'm working on red tricolors, super Dalmatians, and then also the lily whites that have come around the past few years. I'm working on particularly red lily whites and tricolors, so that's what I'm working on. But for example, like one of my babies that I just produced, that's super Dalmatian, if you can see. Very, very tiny, but the spots are already coming in.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah. So that's, as you said, what I'm passionate about. So I love my geckos and my invertebrates.
Very nice. So I noticed you don't have any of your leeches on here.
No.
When can we expect those to come through?
Probably not anymore until next year. I'm kind of done with those already for the season and don't have any more right now.
Okay, very cool. So business has been good, I guess.
Yes.
Very cool. Very much. I noticed you have a scorpion there. Can you tell me a little about this guy?
That's a true emperor scorpion. These are different. What you'll see at a lot of tables are the Asian forest scorpions. Those are not very docile. These are. So you can handle these very easily.
Could I handle
Yeah,
him?
absolutely. Here you go.
How far away?
How cool is that?
How far away do you live from us?
So is he about full grown?
Yes, that's an adult male.
Very cool.
Yep.
Now, do you breed these, or you just keep the
I do breed them. Yep.
very cool.
Pretty much any kind of invertebrate I'm gonna try to breed. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Sweet. Well, thank you so much, Nikki, for showing us around. And where can we contact you if we want to inquire about your
We
animals?
are on Facebook at Dixie Reptiles or on Instagram.
Okay, awesome. And I'll put the information about these guys down in the description box below.